and we just have to get a feel of what is happening in Gambia. That's why this morning we'll have, of course, joining us to talk about the triumph of Gambia. Amadou Tamba joins us from Gambia this morning to talk about the success of the Gambian squad that have qualified to the African Cup of Nations. Good morning to you. How are you doing?
I'm very good, Febo, and good morning to your viewers as well.
All right. Yesterday's game, I must say it was a tense one for fans and lovers of Gambian football, especially trailing 2-0 in that game. I mean, take us through what went down in the game between Gambia and Congo.
Absolutely. It was a very, very tense game, and Gambians were very much expecting that this team will get us to the AFCON no matter what happened. But what happened in the first 45 was really, really very frustrating because we considered 2 goals in the first 45. One was a goal that could have been avoidable, but the team was looking for an offside, which was never given, and we conceded. The second was an absolute dubious penalty. When the referee pointed to the spot, everyone was amazed as to how the referee could arrive at such a decision. But it was 2-0 in the first half, and there was no point to cry over spilled milk. And the team knew that they have another 45, knowing that in football, a 2-goal scoreline is always dangerous. And in the second half, we can see determination, we can see hunger, and we can see the belief that the 90 minutes is not done yet, so we can get something out of this game. And the coach also knew that he has fresh legs on the bench, and it's a rich bench, though. We have the likes of Yankuba Minte on the bench, Abdullah Jallo, Mohamed Badamosi were on the bench. So the coach turned quickly to Abdullah Jallo and Yankuba Minte.
Okay.
And they came on in the second half, and absolutely things started coming up. The Gambia took the game to Congo, and we scored that first goal with 11 minutes to go. And scoring that goal at that point was really, really important. And the Gambia was ready to go for the last 11 minutes to at least get the second goal. And we know that a point will take us to Ivory Coast, and it came at the death. Saudi Arabian duo combining Musa Barrow and Badamosi, and Badamosi have to nod it into the back of the net, and the whole country was vibrating last night. Westfield was a meeting point. Fans came out from different parts of the Greater Banjul area and converged at Westfield, chanting, singing, and the famous Scorpion song was reverberating all around. It was absolutely wonderful feelings last night in this country, and we're very proud of this, boys.
All right, Amadou Tamba, you just talked about, the celebrations in Gambia. I would have to pause you a bit. Let's get a feel of what happened in Gambia last night from the fans.
Absolutely.
So while some are stationed here at Westfield, some usually in such celebrations, while some are stationed at Westfield, some will walk towards what's it called again? So towards traffic light. So you can see the boys doing stunts. Though yes, true, it is very unsafe. But I mean, this is how it is whenever we have such kind of victory. So whenever someone's around here, you have to be very, very careful.
All right, Tamba, we have also had to experience what you also experienced last night in Gambia. I mean, look at the streets, celebrating the vehicles passing by. But let's talk about, going into the AFCON. The first time Gambia went to the AFCON, they finished in the quarterfinal stage. What are your expectations, for Gambia going into Ivory Coast in 2024?
Well, my expectation is, of course, to see the team reach a step further because in Cameroon, we ended in the quarterfinals. So I expect the team to get to the semifinals, and why not play the finals or even win the trophy, because we have the materials right now. Gambia is an absolute footballing nation at the moment, with players who are playing in top leagues in Europe. We've seen Yankuba Minte playing for Feyenoord on loan from Newcastle. We've seen Omar Kuli playing in the Turkey, Musa Barrow and Badamosi playing in the Saudi Arabia. We have Abdoulaye Sanyang playing in the French second division. We have Abdoulaye Jallo playing in Metz in the French League 1. So I expect this team to go further than the quarterfinals, but it will require a lot of dedication, a lot of commitment, a lot of hard work, a lot of fighting spirit to be able to go a step further. And after the game, yesterday we've seen the players talking about it. One notable player is, of course, Musa Barrow. He was telling his players that, look, we all playing in the top leagues in Europe and other parts of the world, and we are top players. So when we come to the national team, we have to show people what we are made of. And he told them that, look, when we get to the Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast last year, or the last Cup of Nations, we finished in the quarterfinals. So anything below the quarterfinals is not good for us. So we have to absolutely do our utmost best to move a step above that. So I am hopeful that this team, absolutely, when they get the necessary motivation, when they get the necessary backing of everyone, can do the Gambia good in Ivory Coast as well. Because right now, most of the countries will absolutely be very, very wary about this Gambian team. We are not going to be taking lightly anymore. And we absolutely have to work very hard to ensure that we stamp our feet in Ivory Coast come 2024.
All right, Tamba, my final question for you. I mean, with Gambia qualifying for their second appearance to the African Cup of Nations, I mean, looking at Gambia on paper, a lot of persons see Gambia as maybe in terms of football, a growing nation in football. But they've been able to, surpass, they've been able to break the odds, shatter the odds, and they've been able to qualify for the African Cup of Nations. With Gambians' success, would you say that there are no minors in Africa when it comes to football?
Oh, yes. Right now, we are not minus in Africa anymore because out of the 24 teams that went to Cameroon, we finished as the 6th best nation after the rankings were released. And now, out of 54 countries, we were part of the 24 best nations going to the Cup of Nations. So we are not minus anymore. And any team that is facing the Gambia, or any country that is facing the Gambia now, will absolutely know that, yes, this country is not a country that we can underrate now. And we have always been doing that when it comes to countries looking to us as winners. Remember, Paul Put was a former Gambian coach, and he started his psychological game long time ago. That he was here, he know the Gambia, we're playing in Morocco, so here and there. And the boys kept their calm, and we're absolutely ready, and showed him that, look, the Gambia that you left and the Gambia now is quite different. We also made Guineans pay at the AFCON. They look low upon us, and we absolutely showed them that we are not minus anymore. So right now, any country that is facing the Gambia will know that Gambia is not a country that you can walk over. I will say congratulations to everybody who played a part, the Federation's president, Lamin Kaba Bajo, down to the last man, the players, the coach, the fans. Every Gambian played a part. The country is absolutely still waking up to that joyous news last night.
All right. I mean, you are currently in cloud 9. Wish you could go on and on, but time, of course, not our friend this morning. We just want to really thank you for your time, and we hope to see you in Ivory Coast when the tournament goes down. Thank you very much, Amadou Tamba, for your time.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.